Welcome, everyone. Getting ready to get this show kicked off here. Getting it shared out right now here, so bear with me just a bit. Rage, welcome to the show. Oh, really? You know, you might want to save some of that, since you do have a bout tonight as I'm getting this shared out to everyone here. But welcome to the show. Glad to see you can make it, of course. And I'm thinking that is about everyone here. About everywhere, so we'll give folks a few minutes here. Welcome to the show, Mr. and Mrs. U-Taker. Oh, hey, at least you know notifications are working. Welcome to the show, Caleb. Now, we got all sorts of stuff to go over here. We are getting ready to really start kicking things in gear. A lot of the personal things that I had going have finally been resolved. So we're getting all that in here now. A couple of housekeeping notes. First off, after last week's show, you see Mrs. U-Taker in the chat. I have been informed that she has suffered an injury. She will be out for an undisclosed amount of time, but definitely wish her the best on your fast recovery. Welcome to the show, Judgment, as well as Almar Wolf. Good to see you both made it here. Now, also on those notes, we are getting ready to kick off our major shows, and I'm going to make that first announcement. Caged Fury, January 20th. Going to be a huge event. Every bout will be contested not only in some form of a cage, but we will be crowning our new champions. So those of you that have already advanced, there's your answers. Those that haven't still have some opportunities, and we're going to get to that. Also, tag team divisions. Champions will be crowned at Caged Fury. However, the deadline to sign up to be considered under that initial time frame will be the 13th. So, as I said in the chat earlier in Skype, if you have a partner, great. Let me know if anything needs changed for it or not. If you don't have a partner, get a partner let me know so you can be considered. After the 13th, of course, you can always be a tag team. You just won't be considered in the running to crown the first ever champions. That goes for both the men and the women's divisions. So I've given folks a little bit here. I've done some housekeeping. So I see some folks have made it in. What the fuck is up, everyone? Thank you for showing up. And we're going to get ready to get on with this show. Our first match tonight, as I mentioned, the tag team division. Brand new tag team put together, Bastige and Omar Wolf. And which will be interesting for Bastige, taking on his faction mates in Jake Bagwell and Mr. U-Taker. Now, that's one thing I'm going to touch on. That's the reason I booked this right here. Just because you're in a faction does not mean you need to stay within the faction. You can team with anybody on the active roster. Welcome to the show, Shooter Sean, as well as Wild Matt. Our second bout tonight is going to be just 4 women beating the shit out of each other. As Mighty Minerva takes on Cougar Silver, who takes on Susie the Elf, taking on Bubs, in an Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way bout. After that, we go to another tag team bout. As I said, I'm hyping up these tag teams. As we have the team of Excalibur versus a team that I put together. I liked the results. I liked the way they looked in our debut show. Hopefully they decide to stay as a tag team and let me know that. But they will be taking on the Godfather, Pete Wall, and the man known as Scuzz. In our fourth match tonight, just for bragging rights and because I expect to see a hell of a fight between the two guys, we have Adam Guerin from the Sexy Nerds taking on Shifty the Drunken Dragon Clown in what should be a huge encounter. Then we move on to some more tag team action. Not tag team. This will be our Pay the Price event, as well as a men's qualifier for a spot. Of course, as you know, Pay the Price, our optional division here. Submission or knockout only. And we have the Shmoo going up against Sean Shamrock, against Johnny Crow, against Marcus Johnson, against Vernon Quinn, and no, your eyes are not deceiving you, making his sacrifice debut, the God of Violence, Shino Malice. And then that brings us to a women's tag team event, as we have the Heavenly Knights, Sophia and Ava Marie Nightwalker, of course accompanied by Johnny Crow. And for some reason, and I'm going to be watching you out there, Judgment, Judgment is going to be escorting them down to ringside as well. And I don't know what's up with all that. That's something new to me. I haven't seen any paperwork yet. But I will be watching you out there, Judgment. And they will be teaming up. They'll be facing another team that I put together. And again, I hope it looks good. I hope the people behind it decide they want to continue it. Of Missy Canuck and Sunshine Marigold. Which brings us to our first main event of the evening. And yes, I said first. We've had a bit of a war of words for a long time here between these two with Brandon Cuevas and Frozen Rage. So tonight, they're going to go one-on-one in a last man standing match. With some extra stipulations here. If Frozen Rage wins, Brandon Cuevas cannot shoot at him unless they're in a match. Welcome to the show, Brandon. I'm just talking about your match right now. As I just said, just in case you missed it, I want to remind you as well, Brandon. If you lose, you cannot go at Frozen Rage unless you two are building up a match against each other. However, if Brandon wins, Frozen Rage is done. It is a career-threatening match for Rage. So will Brandon be the one to put him on the shelf? And now, like I mentioned, this is our first main event. Our second main event will take place out of here. Due to an injury to Ghazi, I have an extra spot in my last 6 men's match. And we're going to fill that spot today. And that match will happen on Wednesday. And the way we're going to fill that is every person that has already competed once are going to get a second chance. So, if you've already tried to qualify for the chamber and you failed, you know, kind of like Caleb out there who's saying just hand him the belt, he couldn't even make it to the chamber to start with. But he's going to get a second chance tonight. Because we're going to have a 30-man battle royal. And the winner of that battle royal will take Ghazi's place in Wednesday's 6-man qualifier bout. So with that being said, it's time to get this show rolling. Well, Omar, if Frozen Rage wins, no, Frozen Rage can fire on Brandon if he wants. Brandon cannot retaliate. See, if you're going to try to retire somebody from my roster, you got to put up something. There's a price you got to pay. Oh, if Brandon wins, Frozen Rage is gone. This is Frozen Rage's career. He is fired from Sacrifice Championship Wrestling if he loses. So I said, huge match. Rage has said that nobody here can retire him. I'm going to put him to the bet. You know, we did see last week Chance had a hell of a match with him, but Chance fell short. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This tag team event, of course, under Sacrifice rules, has a 30-minute time limit, is no countout, is no disqualification, and is set for one fall. Introducing first, and I'm still not sure why the hell they're not coming out as a team. They should be. But first gentleman on his way out to the ring, representing the team of the Bastard and the Cunt. And there's his partner. First off, we have Bastige, and from Ipswich, United Kingdom, Omar Wolf, so collectively known once again as the Bastard and the Cunt. Very interesting team name, and we'll see how well they fare in this event. Still working on note cards for everyone, so but I can say this Wednesday, on Wednesday Wicked, we're going 100% live, and that includes note cards and everything else. Yeah, I know, Mrs. U, that does kind of put you in a position, but I also set the point to let people know, just because you're in a faction does not mean you cannot team with somebody outside of the faction. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents in this bout, representing the Ministry of Mayhem, first off, we have Mr. U-Taker, his partner, the Enforcer Jake Bagwell, collectively known as Hell's Enforcers. Now, we saw both these gentlemen over the past couple of weeks. Of course, one of the first full-time factions here, the Ministry of Mayhem. And they were quick to get a team together, so they're already setting their sights on those tag team championships. As I know, those that were checking the Skype earlier saw there was already a discussion between myself and Shooter out there, trying to, kind of cut the corner and just have me hand them the belts. Ain't nothing handed here. And I told you, Shooter, there's several teams that I think are going to argue with you about who should get the belts right away. I guarantee both these teams in this match would argue with you about that you should be handed those titles. Yeah, Mrs. U-Taker already out there saying, yeah, no. You already got Mrs. U-Taker rooting for Hell's Enforcers. I'm sure Omar, of course, rooting for his team. Who do the rest of you guys got as this match is underway? Bastille going in, but Jake Bagwell takes him out with a quick DDT. Now starting to put the boots to work. Faction mates or not, only one person can win. Now Bastille countering with that wrist lock, goes right to work, but Jake comes back with that elbow. Follows it up with a quick bulldog. Jake trying to keep the bigger man down. And Bastille with a shot to the breadbasket on Jake. Now sending him over to their corner. And we're going to see a quick tag to Omar and some tandem offense right away. Bastille has Jake up. And Omar off of the shoulders with a bulldog from the top. Right away going to put the pressure on Jake. Now quick Omar going to work on the arms and shoulders of the back area. Kind of tweaking them all at the same time. Now stomp to the gut. Follows up with another kick to the short floating ribs. Shot to the face, and now just going to work just with an assault over him. Of course, see Shooter out there already letting people know we do have Psycho Sickle in there on our merch stand. If you do not have any of the merchandise from any of your favorite competitors, stop by the merch stand on your way out today and check those out. And again, Omar following up with another assault, just viciously attacking Bagwell here. These two have had a couple of runs against each other, not only here but around the world, so once again renewing hostilities. Jake in the middle of the ring at worst case scenario. Oh, wait a minute, Omar is getting him locked in, going for a submission. Can Jake hold on? And as you kind of notice there, Omar again putting himself between Jake and Jake's corner to try to prevent Jake from, even if he does get out like he did, going to make that tag. And now Jake just firing off with the rights and lefts. And he does get the tag after the series of punches. In comes the big man, Mr. U-Taker, right to work with the fist. But Omar very quick to sweep the leg. Trying to get the advantage back for his team, dragging Mr. U-Taker to the middle of the ring. And now coming back to that assault. Very basic but effective strategy of ground and pound here. Keeping the opponent on the ground is to dish out more punishment. Yeah, it's a good thing your lawyer is saying that, because if I get sued, I'm suing you behind it. Just saying. Shit rolls downhill. Meanwhile, in the match, Omar Wolf gets a tag into Bastille. Up on the shoulders, double team power slam, taking the big man down. So now we're going to have a battle of the big men, it looks like. It's Bastille off the ropes and right in the middle of the chest. Definitely still trying to keep the momentum going, the offense going, but Mr. U-Taker catches the foot. Hard clothesline to take down Bastille. And now he's going to start to go to work with a knee right between the shoulder blades. But Bastille back up. He's got him up. Reverse face first slam there. And a quick tag into Omar again. For a new tag team here, the Bastard and the Cunt working well together. And then just as quick as I say that, Mr. Utaker reverses with a splash in the corner. And now raining down those hard shots to the face of Omar Wolf. Omar with a quick fireman's carry to get out of it. Trying to keep the bigger man off his feet. Kick right to the chest. Missed that stomp, though, and let Mr. Utaker get back up. And gets picked up and just choked in the air before getting thrown to the mat. Now kick right to the spine of Omar there. Oh, my God. And a huge choke slam there by Mr. Utaker. Welcome to the show, Cougar Night. And yes, I did. That is their tag team name of the Bastille and Omar, is the Bastard and the Cunt. Meanwhile, Mr. Utaker getting a little bit of revenge there on Omar with that all-out assault to the body. Now going to work on the grip. We know Omar is a submission-based fighter. Trying to weaken the grip there by manipulating the joints. Now just stalking him and's got him up. Could this be it? Leaping tombstone puts him down. Arms folded. 1. And Bastille in to stop it before the 2 count. Jake went to stop Bastille, but was a little slow on the draw there. Meanwhile, Mr. Utaker just going around shades of Ronnie Garvin with that Garvin stomp almost. Now, meanwhile, Mr. Utaker sends Omar into the corner, and he's telling the fans that's it. Now stalking his way over there, tagging into Jake. Body shots repeatedly. Now Jake off the ropes, thrust kick to the face, and Mr. U with a huge splash in the corner. Jake's up there showing off for the crowd, and meanwhile he gave Omar time to make the tag. So Bastille right away takes Jake out. But Jake fighting his way back, gripped him up by the back of that bald head and tossed him. Now in for that dragon screw leg whip, holds onto the leg, snaps him all right in the knee and groin area, making a wish. Now went for the scoop slam, but Bastille's just a little too big on that. Made Jake pay for it, and then followed up with a huge headbutt, and now just choking him on the rope. Jake had a lot of momentum going. Oh, and Mr. Utaker with the cheap shot, giving Jake time to tag. But missed the big boot. Right now they had a bit of an isolation, but we're down to a one-on-one match. And Bastille again with that reverse face-first slam. Now keeping the pressure on Mr. Utaker here, sends him over to their corner and clotheslines him right across the back of the neck. Mr. Utaker rolls outside, right back in. Just a little break of the momentum here. But Bastille snatched him right back up and has him up in the air. Delayed into that jackhammer. And oh God, Bastille going up top. We don't see a big man like this fly very often. Oh, and Mr. Utaker just sat up on him. I think that delay gave him time to get over and take Bastille. It might have stunned Bastille a little bit. But only a little bit, because now these two big men back to throwing counter for counter with each other. Bastille with a quick tag into Omar, though. And scoops up Utaker, huge spine buster, setting him up. Are we going to see that torture rack here? We are. With the Crescent Moon torture rack, he's got him held. Mr. Utaker nowhere to go. He's got it locked in. Can he hang on, though? And he does hang on. Omar finally just lets him go and lets him drop. Again, quick tag, and I am impressed for a brand new tag team just how well these two are working together. 1, and Jake in to break it up as the ref was coming down for 2. But he gets caught by Omar Wolf. Jake pile driven to the ground. So now it is a 2-on-1 advantage. Looks like Bastille is going to go to capitalize. Kick to the gut. It's got him hooked. And right into that arm bar. Can Mr. Utaker hang on? This is twice he's been in submission holds. On Bastille, beautiful chain wrestling, brings it over. Going for those grips and snaps the shoulder back. That'll dislocate a shoulder real quick. In for the cover. 1, 2, and Bagwell out of nowhere comes in and stops it at 2.5. And he's going to pay for it again as Omar takes him out with that quick belly-to-back suplex. But it did give Mr. Utaker the time to get behind Bastille. Kick to the gut, quick DDT. And in the opening bout of the night, we already have some blood, folks. Now Mr. Utaker's stalking him. It's got him set up. Into that leaping tombstone again. In for the cover. 1, 2, and Omar Wolf just waited for the right moment to break it up, but he's about to pay for it. As Mr. Utaker with a double-handed choke bomb. Now calling out to whatever demons he wants to summon up. Put this match away. Sends Bastille into the corner. Huge splash. Scooping him up. And dropping him down with some snake eyes. And that big boot to the face. And a huge leg drop to close the deal. But is he taking too much time here is the question. But he's got him goozled. And choke slams him to the ground. And now, oh, huge clothesline. Pretty much took Bastille's head off. Now what we have here, got him stunned against the ropes. Brings him off. Knee to the gut. Other side, make it a pair. Into a nice side Russian leg sweep right in the middle of the ring. And now he's measuring Bastille. This is their opportunity. And no, Bastille counters with a tombstone of his own. Huge counter for Bastille that might have just saved the match for them. But he missed that 360 splash. But he does have Utaker hooked. Single arm spine buster. But a diving tag into the enforcer, who I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he's about to pay for it. Bastille coming right off at him again. Sends Jake right into the corner. And now throws him out to the floor. What has the big man got planned? Measuring him up. Are you shitting me? Diving DDT between the second and bottom turnbuckles. Just planted Jake on the floor. And now has him up in that torture rack position, but Jake raking the eyes to get out of it quickly. And now coming off of a series of shots, finals it up with a huge clothesline to end it. And now stomps to the ribs. And now one right across the face. Just an all-out beating by all four of these gentlemen here. Of course, the only one bleeding so far is Bastille. Oh, punch to the gut, but Bastille caught him and comes back with a forearm across the face. Now both guys tied up. You know, kind of a stalemate there, but Jake coming back with shots only briefly before Bastille retaliates. Kick to the gut as well. Both these men just trading, of course, taking advantage of the fact that, of course, here in Sacrifice, no countouts on the floor. Just beating each other around the ring as Jake finally puts him down with that big clothesline. Now just huge rights and lefts here. Both men trying to go for that knockout blow. Jake now chops and finishes it up here with a double thrust to the throat. But again, Bastille coming back as quick as I say it. And these two men just want to beat the daylights out of each other, it seems. I don't think either one of them are too concerned with winning. But they do need to be concerned with the time in this match. We're almost at the halfway mark here. Now Jake, not sure what he wants to do, finally sends Bastille out to the rampway area. And finally throws him back to the ring, chases him back in. But Bastille with that tag into Omar Wolf, with Omar with a quick kick. And that sliding takedown now busts Jake open. And now just dives and clips Jake at the knee. Oh, here we go. Omar Wolf kick to the gut. And has him pulled back in that Dragon Slayer. Jake's in the middle of the ring. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by submission. The Bastard and the Cunt. I will admit a very unique tag team name for these guys, but huge match for all four gentlemen. Good to see the tag team division showing some sparks of life here. I agree, Mrs. Utaker, great match by all teams involved. But at the end of the day, there can only be one winner, as we're seeing some of the highlights here. And as I mentioned once already, your winner via submission, Omar Wolf, Bastige, the Bastard, and the Cunt. And you are right, Omar Wolf. Great match to open the show. Welcome to the tag team division, gentlemen. And if this is any indication of what we've got today, you guys better sit down and strap it on, because we're going to have a hell of a bout. As I mentioned, the next match of Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way. All four of these women, they are hungry for a shot. They want to get their name known. So here is their opportunity to step up, show the world what they can do. Said we have the mighty Minerva, Cougar Knight, Susie the Elf, and Bubs. Who do you guys have out there in the chat? Brandon is split between Cougar and Minerva for the winner. I mean, it may be alright that you're split there, Brandon, but I guarantee you none of these women are split because there ain't no ties. You don't share the money. While Matt Outlaw going with Minerva for the win. Omar Wolf as well, going with Minerva. So here we go, people. The first woman in this match, on her way to the ring, one half of the tag team, hot-blooded, Cougar Knight. Said all four of these women, they want to step up. As I mentioned, you know, Cougar one half of a tag team along with Mad Cow, but she wants to step up in her own right in the singles rankings as well. Judgment's going to go with that lady, huh? As it has been said, Judge, sometimes, and I do believe that Susie said it best, there are times you are a crossword puzzle without a clue. But, ladies and gentlemen, her first opponent in this match, and we just talked about her, from Middle Earth, Susie the Elf. So all of these women, they have been involved in that original women's chase. Not going the way they all wanted it to go. So it is time for them to step back up and reestablish themselves here. So that's what all this is about, is time, just that opportunity to beat the hell out of each other. Susie, of course, has been a long-time member of Sacrifice, both in digital and in other formats. But joining them in the ring now, from Mount Olympus, the mighty Minerva. A woman who in a lot of people's minds was a favorite in that women's title chase. Did not go her way, as I mentioned. So now she is back down here to herself, get back on that winning track. So we will see if she can do that here tonight. Welcome to the show, Susie the Elf. Glad to see you could make it just in time for your bout. Now, as you see on the turnbuckle covers there, the Digital Wrestling Syndicate, a lot of the people that were involved in these shows, several of them right in the chat right now, all a part of this. So if you like what you're seeing, definitely give these other promoters a look as well. Extreme Women in there, of course, runs an all-women show, EXW. You saw Alma Wolf earlier. He runs UKWF and 3LW. You saw Raging Chaos in there. He has his own show. Of course, if you like what you're seeing on this show, feel free to hit that thumbs up. But on her way down to the ring right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bubs. So she made her debut against her sister a couple weeks ago. Did not go as she was hoping. So she is looking to also get back on the winning track here tonight. So we'll see. I gave them, they all said they wanted an opportunity. They all want to be at the top of that mountain. So we're going to throw them all in there. We're going to throw the rule book out the window and see just who wants it the worst. So you have a look at all four women here. Everyone getting ready. And here we go. I'm very sorry to hear that, Rage. Hopefully things get better for you, brother. And already, Mighty Minerva going right for that choke and broken up immediately. This is not an elimination match, people. This is one fall to a finish. Welcome to the show, She-Hulk Chick. Now, meanwhile, you have Cougar and Minerva fighting it out in the ring. Cougar with that reversal. On the floor, you have Bubs and Susie. Susie taking Bubs to the corner while Cougar has that Dragon Sleeper. So this is Extreme Rules. So we'll see just who wants this win the worst out of all of them. Oh, Monstar saying he guesses that's an option. Oh, I would not want to be around when she catches that. When she catches wind of that, you might be in trouble there, Sean. Meanwhile, Cougar and Minerva back on the floor now as Susie and Bubs are now fighting in the ring. As Minerva takes over Cougar with that huge flip, ends with a knee to the face. Meanwhile, Susie in the ring and drills her in for a cover. One. Only a one count while Minerva's fighting her way out of the grip of Cougar there. Just crushes Cougar back first into the apron. Meanwhile, Bubs counters Susie and takes her down with a huge clothesline and a kick to the spine. And Bubs with that exploder suplex. Susie's in trouble now. Meanwhile, Cougar has taken over on Minerva, sends her back in the ring. Going up top while Bubs sets Susie up. Huge elbow drop to the middle of the back. And Bubs with a superplex onto Susie. Meanwhile, Cougar's going for some toys. And she went to drill Bubs, but Bubs caught her coming in, making her pay for it with shots from that kendo stick. And now Minerva catches Bubs and is making Bubs pay for it. So huge bout by all four women, but at the end of it, standing tall is the mighty Minerva at the moment. Susie making her way back up. Looking to get back in as Minerva's setting up Bubs, has her up high. Crucifix powerbomb, just drops her over. And now Susie's going right after her. Took a little time to play around though. Welcome to the show, Mad Cow. Oh, and Shooter going Elfie for the win. And meanwhile, Elfie just got countered out to the floor by Cougar. And Bubs, that quick head scissor takeover on Minerva. And a super kick. Got her hooked. Straight jacket into a belly to back. Now Bubs in for the cover. And before the ref can even get one, Susie makes her way back in and breaks it up. Now teeing off on Bubs, but that's short-lived as Bubs floats over. Double arm suplex. Cougar's made her way back in and she's setting up Minerva. Kick to the gut. Got the head hooked. And all drills her around the back of the neck. In for a cover. One. And broken up by Bubs right away. You know, this being one fall to a finish, you can expect it's going to take something big to clear out the other wrestlers in this event. Meanwhile, though, hammerlock, belly-to-back suplex on Bubs. Cougar standing tall, in for a cover. 1, 2, and Susie in the nick of time to break it up there. And now Minerva's back up and grabs Cougar from behind. Got her hooked, drives her down. Susie's setting up Bubs. He's got the kick. Straight jacket belly to back. Now Cougar sending her off. Had to let go of that maneuver though so she could break up that pin attempt by Susie. Sends Susie out to the floor. You know, follows her out but leaves Bubs in the ring there with Minerva. Minerva with a hard clothesline, make it a pair. Ducks under one from Bubs and a leaping clothesline again by Minerva. Meanwhile, Cougar is taken over on Susie. Bubs ducks under, spinning kick to the back of the face. Now Bubs has been the one that has seemed to understand that her and Cougar are both now going for weapons. I guess Bubs couldn't find anything she was looking for. I guess she's going to try again. But Cougar's cutting her off on that. You know, Cougar's sending Bubs there into the barricade. And of course, out here we have all steel. And Cougar, what is she? Oh my God! Cougar just swung Bubs head first into the steel barricade. I think Cougar's done fucking around with people here. Cougar said she's out to make a statement, and she is proving that. Off the top, misses the elbow drop, though. And Bubs taking advantage quickly into the figure 4, middle of the ring. Both the other women are outside distracted, beating on each other. Will this be enough? Bridges into a figure 8, and now they're getting in the ring here. You know, Cougar counters, kick to the face of Bubs. And now Cougar going right back after Minerva. She said she wanted to make an impact here, and she is not fucking around, it seems. Sends Minerva to the floor, leaving Cougar and Susie in the ring. Both other women are laid out. This is someone's chance. Now Cougar going to work here. Kick to the ribs, kick to the face. Getting this all-out assault. Follows it up with a set of double knees to the spine of Susie. Meanwhile, both the other women are in. We have all 4 back in. As Susie comes back, kicking Cougar right in the face, and she's setting her up. What are we going to have here? And Susie takes her down face first. Meanwhile, Bubs with a Hurricane Rana on Minerva. Susie in for the cover. Bubs breaks it up before the ref even gets to 1. Now we have Bubs and Susie going at it. Super kick, straight jacket, belly to back. But Cougar pops up finally. Bubs, I guess, didn't see Cougar there, because as soon as she went for the pin, Cougar was on it. And Bubs making her pay for it. Now Minerva trying to get back in and reassert herself in this event. Has Bubs cradled up. Holding her in the air. And just doing squats, showing off the power game here. A huge suplex. Bubs now rolling out to the floor, but it did give Susie enough time to recover some. Now it looks like both women here are going to double team Minerva a little bit. Cougar with a roll of the dice, and then grabs Susie and takes Susie down into the submission. Can Susie hang on, or is this the opportunity Cougar was looking for? And no, Bubs is back in to break it up. Takes over Cougar with that hard belly-to-back suplex. And we are down to just two women again. As Minerva and Bubs going at it. Minerva with that huge hammer shot right to the face. But Bubs sweeps the leg. Minerva rolls to the floor. Bubs in for the cover. 1, 2. And Susie kicks out at 2. Susie now with that quick takeover there on Bubs. Kick to the face. Went for another shot, but Bubs blocked it. Coming back on her own. Around the world head scissor takedown. We have action fast and furious by all 4 of these women here today. But now Susie has her up. Bubs floats from behind. Pushes Susie off. Cougar goes for a shot, but gets caught by Bubs. Now Susie sends Bubs out to the floor. Turns around, grabs Cougar, throws Cougar off the ropes. Spinning elbow to take her down. In for a cover. 1, 2, and Minerva's there to break it up. And now Minerva pop-up European uppercut. In for a cover. 1, and Susie's there to break it up quickly. Minerva thought she might have had the distraction there. But oh my God, just took Susie's head off with that. Almost looked like, I can't even describe that, but in the end just took 2 fists right to the face of Susie. Holy shit. Now going after Bubs, has her up, has her in the Tartarus rack, but she's on the floor. So it doesn't matter in that regard. Bubs now sweeps the leg, and we have all 4 women outside. The pinfall or submission has to happen in the ring, though, ladies. I mean, maybe y'all missed that part. Well, welcome back, Mad Cow. Hopefully that does take care of it for you. Meanwhile, Cougar up on the top, measuring Bubs. Minerva tosses Susie to the floor with that clothesline. And Cougar misses, but rolled through all she wants. And now again, Cougar taking down Minerva. Excuse me, not Minerva, but Bubs, and going for a submission, but it doesn't count on the floor, ladies. All it's going to do is do more damage and just inflict some torture. Meanwhile, though, Cougar scooping up Bubs, drops her face first on the apron. But Susie's there to throw her back in. Now Susie going to work on Cougar now. Both the other women are on the floor. Sends Cougar face first, but Cougar comes back fighting. And now Cougar, hammerlock, looked like it was going to be a reverse DDT, but Minerva in to break it up. Susie went for the springboard moonsault, but missed it. Landed on her feet, though. And Bubs with that spinning heel kick. Susie tried to pick the bones, but Bubs was right there to stop it. Now Bubs, nice hangman's neck breaker. Looks like she's going to measure up Susie for something here. Super kick to the face. Straight jacket belly to back into a bridge, but took too long as Cougar was able to recover enough to break up the pin. And a belly to back of her own, floats over. Takes her around and just takes her head off. In for the cover. 1, 2, and Bubs kicks out at 2. Meanwhile, Minerva takes out Susie. Minerva trying to pick the bones, but Cougar right there to stop her. Now we're down to Cougar and Minerva, it looks like, for the moment. Now Cougar trying to go to work on that arm of Minerva, take out some of that power advantage. Now bringing her up, knees to the stomach, and it looks like it's going to be a strike fest here. Caps it off with a knee right to the face. But in the meantime, Bubs has made her way back up. Takes over Cougar with that exploder. Susie's working her way back up. Meanwhile, Bubs is stalking Minerva. Went for the kick, but Minerva ducked. But at the same time, Bubs still takes her over with that double underhook. We're down to Bubs and Susie in the ring. Now Susie climbing over Bubs here. What has she got in store? Oh, raining vicious headbutts to the face. Now Minerva looking to pick the bones. But Susie's not having that. Drops Minerva with a quick shot. But meanwhile, they're giving Cougar a lot of time, and Cougar's made her way back in the ring. Now Cougar going to work on Bubs again. So what are we going to have here, folks? Oh, Minerva caught the leg. Susie and Minerva just teeing off. Meanwhile, Cougar is still just torturing Bubs. Now, wait a minute. Susie in for a cover. 1, 2, and 3. As Cougar was trying to lock in the submission on Bubs, Susie sneaks in with the pinfall on Minerva. An amazing match by all 4 women involved. As we're seeing some of the highlights now. These 4, I told these 4 women to bring it, and they are sure all listened and brought it. Hats off to an amazing bout. But at the end of the day, your winner, Susie the Elf. It's a great match by all 4 women involved. As you already see, Susie can blow a kiss to Minerva there. It's an amazing bout. You did call it there, Shooter. As I mentioned, our tag team division coming up soon. Initial signups ends on the 13th, in case you missed it. We have one of our established tag teams already here in Excalibur, taking on a team that I put together before. I thought they looked good. Hopefully when they catch this replay, they're going to like what they see and decide to make it official. We'll have to see how that goes, but they will be facing off against Pete Wall and Scuzz. So who do you guys have in the chat here? I know you would like, me to stop the signings there, Shooter, because, you think you're going to have an easier road that way. But that's just not going to happen. I want as many tag teams that want a shot to become the first ever champions. Let's see what they do with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. First team on their way down to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, from Canada, they are the twin brothers, Mark Caliber, Alex Caliber, collectively known as Excalibur. Welcome to the show, American Berserk. No, Susie, at this point you do not have a tag team partner. Judgment, however, does have a tag partner as far as I'm aware. As we saw them last week, as Judgment and Vernon Quinn, the team known as Judgment Time, had a huge bout. And we have Shooter going for Excalibur. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. First off, the man from the wasteland, the man who has said that he is here to show this company what fighting is truly about. The Godfather, Pete Wall. So huge match here. Of course, this is not the first time, or not the last time we will see him tonight. As I mentioned, our second main event after this part concludes will be that 30-man second chance win to get in Battle Royal. So as Pete makes his way here, so it should be a very interesting bout. These two, of course, team together on the first event. I thought they looked really good. Neither one of them have mentioned being in a team yet to me, so hopefully when they catch this on the replay, they'll decide they want to make it official. And joining him tonight, representing the Ministry of Mayhem, known around the world as Mr. Sexy, this is Scuzz. Very true, Brandon Ace, and if I did miss you earlier, welcome to the show. That should be a very interesting battle. Can Brandon Cuevas step up? He will be the second one to try to retire Frozen. So it'll be interesting to see if he can pull it off, or Frozen will keep thumbing his nose at the rest of the roster. Here a little bit later, I will get not only the roster list, but the team list put into the Skype locker room chat. That way, if you are interested in forming a tag team with someone, you can see who is still available. All you need to do is let me know. Oh, Cougar not too happy with the results of her match, where Susie kind of got the quick pinfall. Meanwhile, Scuzz, another gentleman who has said he is here to make this brand his domain. So we are going to see these two gentlemen team up. They both say they want to make this place their own, but we'll see if they can put that aside and work together collectively. And here we go. Right away, Pete Wall comes across and takes Alex's head off with a huge clothesline. But Alex right back up with a shoulder tackle. Going to work on him here. Oh, and Pete with that quick corkscrew European uppercut takes him back down. Yeah, make sure your chat is set to live chat, Elfie, instead of top chat. Meanwhile, in the ring, Pete takes down Alex. But Alex catches him nice and easy to the breadbasket to get the advantage back. Sends him over to the Excalibur corner. Tag into his brother. And they're setting each other up right into a pile driver feeds them off to his brother, who takes him down. The huge brainbuster. Now Mark Caliber with a quick shot. Now Excalibur showing that they are the more established tag team. Quick tags in and out. They got Pete Wall up and a huge bulldog off the top. Nice tandem offense. You know, Pete Wall definitely in need of making a tag here. And I do too, pay you, Cougar. It's not my fault if you ain't cashing the checks, but they're left here every week for everybody. I may be cheap, but I ain't that cheap. Now Pete finally getting there, makes the tag to Scuzz. But Alex might have been playing a little possum there, came up with that. Now Alex showing the power game, huge military press, and just let Scuzz fall face first. Makes his way back over to his corner, tags in his brother. Can they take the advantage here? Mark stalking Scuzz, stomp right to the back and going to work on him. Got both things hooked. Both legs hooked, turned over into a clover leaf. And Scuzz powers out almost right away. Huge display of power by Scuzz there. Now these gentlemen out to the floor. Caliber, though, takes him down, plants him with a DDT. And he's making it a pair of them. Trying to crack the nugget there is Scuzz. And now sends Scuzz right into the table. Oh, what are we going to see here? Follows him up face first. Now shot after shot. Mark just putting a beating on Scuzz here, it looks like. Wheel kick to take him down. And at this point, Pete Wall just standing by and watching it. So let's see here. Just tortured him here. I mean, good Lord. Oh, and Shamrock out there looking to make a little extra money. I can't fault him for that. I ain't mad at him. Meanwhile, in the ring, Mark Caliber takes him down, takes Scuzz down, swinging breaker there, and now sending him into the Excalibur corner. And now Scuzz bringing the power game back himself, pressing Mark up and just face first press slammed him. Now Scuzz just keeping the power game on him. Now, can he get a submission? They're really close to the Excalibur corner. I don't see it happening, and Scuzz kind of thought the same thing and just let him go. Now Alex, of course, trying to cheer on his brother while Scuzz sends him back to the corner. Falls off the huge clothesline. But meanwhile, Scuzz is setting him up. Picks up Mark and the panty dropper powerbomb. 1, 2, almost a 3 count there. So we're going to see here. It looks like Scuzz looked like he was going to make the tag, but changed his mind. Instead, it looks like he's setting him up again. And he is kicked to the gut. Got the head hooked. And another panty dropper. 1. And this time, though, Alex comes across. Now we got a bit of a 4-way battle in here, it looks like. But Alex with a DDT on Pete. Meanwhile, Mark Caliber, that face-first slam on Scuzz. The brothers are showing why they are one of the top tag teams here in the company. Now a pair of clotheslines there by Mark. Make it a trifecta. What are we going to see now? And no, Scuzz reverses it. And now just slamming his head repeatedly into the corner, making the fans count to bread. In for a quick cover. 1, 2, and as he was kicking out, Alex was coming in. Scuzz trying to keep the advantage, but Mark getting his way back up, and a somersault Hurricane Rana on Scuzz. And now setting up Scuzz. Went for the kick, but gets caught. Pete Wall came in and took out Alex. Scuzz now with the Boston Crab in the middle of the ring. Nowhere for Mark to go, no partner to help him out, and he fights out of it on his own. Now it looks like he's going to try and take Scuzz back over to the corner. Brings him over with a snapmare. Kick to the small of the back. Now tags in his brother Alex. Mark took a little bit of a beating there, so definitely a much needed break. Now Alex going to work on Scuzz. I mean, that is very true, Omar. I mean, that is kind of an obvious thing if you're, you do what you got to do to get the win. That's kind of the way this goes. Meanwhile, in the ring, Alex takes down Scuzz with that quick DDT, but does not stop him from tagging in Pete Wall, who just comes across the huge clothesline. Now, meanwhile, Pete Wall takes him over and then follows with a huge boot to the face. Catches him there and then again takes Alex's head off. Pete Wall on a rampage right now. Alex looking to fight his way back. Shoulder block takedown. Of course, these matches are no disqualification. I think Alex just remembered that, coming in with a chair. And oh, he went to hit Pete, but Pete caught him and drills the chair back into the face of Alex. But Alex comes back with a combination shot. Now kind of showing off a little bit. Missed the stomp, but still trying to keep the advantage. Quick roll-up, small package. 1, and only a 1 count. Pete tried to catch Pete Wall off guard there. Mark was going to come in, and oh, Pete with the low blow. Taking advantage of the no disqualification stipulation. Decided to make Alex sing a little higher octaves there, meanwhile going to work on the face afterwards. Now kick right to the face, and he's setting up Alex. Deadlift into a sit-out powerbomb. So Pete Wall is on a rampage, make it a pair. This time holds on for the pin. 1. And in comes Mark to break it up, which draws in Scuzz. We got all 4 teams fighting it out again. This time, though, Mark with that huge, Mark Caliber, huge, gets thrown out, I should say, by Scuzz. Alex takes down Pete with that leaping clothesline. Now sends Pete off. Huge shoulder tackle pounce. Are we going to see it? Normally he likes to use that pounce. And no, just going to go for a cover instead. Ref out of position, and with the ref being out of position, Scuzz able to make that quick breakup. Now Scuzz going back to work, quick shot on to Alex there before he dives out of the ring. But oh, here we go. Alex has him up. Into that crucifix powerbomb, goes for the cover, and a kick out by Pete. Meanwhile, though, Mark Caliber took Scuzz out of the action, so we do have a 2-on-1 opportunity here. Can Excalibur take advantage? And no, Pete fights his way out. STO takedown there on Alex. And now Pete setting up Alex here. Got him hooked, brings him over, guillotine choke. But no! Alex immediately fighting his way out of it. Now Pete front face lock, European uppercut combination. Now measuring him again. Are we going to see it twice? And we are. Into that guillotine choke again. And it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners by submission, the team of the Godfather, Pete Wall, and Scuzz. Like I have said, guys, I have been impressed both times now that these duo have been put together. They have shown impressive results in the ring. So hopefully they see this on the replay and they decide to make this official. I would love to see these two as a tag team in the tag team ranks. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, your winners, Pete Wall and Scuzz. Congratulations to the team there. Great match by all four gentlemen. But meanwhile, as we move on from that, our next match should be a huge battle here, as we are going to have Adam Guerin versus Shifty, the Drunken Clown. And right away, Brandon Ace going with Adam for the win. And it looks like Elfie also going with Shifty. You know, honestly, Omar, I would love to see that match. I would love to see the two of them take you guys on. Looks like Cougar also going for Shifty. And Zerk in there with the NC4L marker. You know, before we get to this match, I am going to take a couple minutes. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like what you're seeing, hit that thumbs down. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like or what you don't like. Not saying I'm going to change it, but I'll take a look at it. If you have not already subscribed, please feel free to do so and click that bell for notifications so you know every time that we go on the air here. Of course, Sacrifice Championship Wrestling brought to you by the Eternity Broadcasting Network as well as the Digital Wrestling Syndicate. Now, with that syndicate, as I mentioned earlier, Extreme Women has her own show, EXW, in the chat. Definitely check her out. UKWF, run by Omar Wolf, also in the chat, on with 3LW action. But it pops in screenshot, okay. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Let me see what we can do here. Seems, but it's popping up in there. Alrighty, Omar. Give me a minute here since we are on a bit of a moment here. I'm going to grab a couple right now. Well, I grabbed two real quick for moderators. Sponsored by the Back to Basics Radio Network as well. Thank you very much for that, Susie. Always appreciative. So I have a couple of mods in there now. Congratulations to Omar Wolf and Susie, two moderators here on the show. I will be looking at getting a couple more to join you guys for more of a full-time staff here soon, but this way it doesn't stop the show. As I was mentioning, the Digital Wrestling Syndicate, you just saw Pete Wall in the match. He runs his own show, Renegades Wrestling, there in the Wasteland. Definitely check him out. He's on my subscribe list. I agree, Omar. Thank you again for that. Like I said, it's one of those things I keep meaning to do. And I kept forgetting to do it, so thank you for bringing that to my attention again. And yes, you are, Omar. I said I will be adding a couple more as we go. I'm going to be getting a full-time staff on that. It is something I keep forgetting to do, but I will be doing that now. I have my first couple done, and I will get the rest of the group together. All before this Wednesday's show, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, in case people have missed it, this Wednesday, Wednesday Wicked returns, and we're going all out. But enough of that yammering, let's get to some fighting. And there is my lovely wife Missy in the chat. Hi there, baby. And ladies and gentlemen, first on his way down to the ring from Detroit, Michigan, representing the sexy nerds, Adam effin' Guerin. Listen, nothing on the line in this match except for bragging rights. So we're going to see how this goes. Two guys I know take a huge amount of pride in their craft. And Omar out there talking a little trash to Cougar. And hello, Kiyomi, welcome to the show as well. But, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent on the way down to the ring, dancing and having a time with everybody, he is Shifty. Welcome to the show, Kiyomi. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Yes, Brandon Ace, that is his sister. She has made a couple of appearances. I'm glad to see she made her way back. Always welcome to see her here. No, that is not the same. I am quite sure of that, Omar. I mean, you can always ask him. I mean, I'll let you do that. I'm not going to ask that question. But here we go, Bell. And the fight is on. Right away, Shifty picks up Adam into an airplane spin, middle of the ring. Finishes him off with a cutter. You know, trying to stay on the pressure here. Knee right to the middle of the shoulder blades and just staying on Adam as soon as Adam gets up. Now in with that dragon sleeper. But Adam fighting his way out. Adam, of course, has already qualified for that Elimination Chamber at Cage Fury. Huge takedown there. Taking the big man over and staying on him now. I know Shifty would love to win that second chance battle royal to get another shot to make it to that chamber. And right away, though, take Shifty back down. Now Shifty would take over with that high back body drop. And throws Adam out to the floor. Shifty now getting loosened up, getting the crowd into it as he goes right back to stay on Adam. You know, huge knee lift there, once again putting Adam on the floor. Shifty trying to press the advantage, but right away Adam comes back with that huge elbow to the face, still fighting his way out. Kick to the ribs. Looked like he was going for a punch, and Shifty caught him. Round the world powerbomb. And here we go, bringing him up. Now Shifty with that jab. Shot to the body, you follow it up. But again, Adam fighting his way out of that bear hug. Now chop across the chest, kick to the gut. Adam working on fighting his way back. Finally starting to battle his way back and get the big man down. Face first into the apron. Now Shifty thrown back in the ring. I was mentioning channels earlier that are when the Digital Wrestling Syndicate. You can also check out Shifty the Drunken Dragon Clown with his show, Platinum Dragon Wrestling. Meanwhile, Adam brings him back up, kick to the gut, has the head hooked. That release suplex in for the cover. 1, and only a 1 count. Kind of surprising. I'm with Adam a little shocked on that. No, I figured at least a 2. Might have been a little early for the 3, but very surprised on a 1 count. And Shifty fights back up, European uppercut, but Adam cuts him off, sends him into the corner. But again, Shifty dodges out of the way a lot faster than you would expect for a man of his size. And there is that pile driver in for the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. And now Shifty with the leg drop. Looks like he's measuring up Adam here. Got him hooked into that Xanthrax slam and drives him down. Will this be it for Adam? Drags him to the middle. 1, 2, and no! Shifty upset with the referee on the count, but goes right back to work on Adam. Adam now trying to fight his way back out with a quick kick to the gut. And oh my God, he's got Shifty up into that power bomb. 1, 2. Now Adam trying to get fired back up into this. I'm surprised he got him up with that. Clothesline down, make it a pair. Go for the 3 of them. And oh, he went for that shoulder block to the corner, and Shifty moved. Got him up in that pile driver again. In for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. Hard-hitting affair by both gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Drunken Dragon Clown, Shifty. It's a great event by both gentlemen. They both brought it. Hard-hitting affair like I knew they both would. Uh-oh. That's all right, Kiyomi. As I said, as you can look and see at the beginning of this stream, this is not a PG stream. You know, keep it fun, keep it in character, say whatever the fuck you want. I sure as fuck will. You know, we've seen some highlights here. I was impressed that Adam got him up for that powerbomb driver. But at the end of the day, your winner, the Drunken Dragon Clown, Shifty. Congratulations to both men. Anytime, Kiyomi. Like I've said, this is all for people to have fun. Like I said, have fun, keep it in character, keep it fun. Keeping it clean's optional on you. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is our next bout under Pay the Price rules. Of course, you know, Pay the Price rules will be to determine an optional championship. Matches are determined by by submission or knockout only. However, for these 6 men, the winner of this will advance to the Elimination Chamber at Caged Fury on January 20th. The 5 that lose here tonight, they will go to the Second Chance Battle Royal. So we have here from left to right, Johnny Crow, Shooter Shamrock, the Shmoo. We also have Marcus Johnson, Vernon Quinn, and making his sacrifice debut, the God of Violence, Shino Malice. So who do you guys have in here? Oop, little technical difficulty there. Sorry about that, guys. We are back now. So, like I said, out of these 6 gentlemen, who do you guys have? And Omar going for Shooter Sean, it looks like here. Like I said, the winner of this match will take the 5th spot. Shooter Sean is going for Shmoo. Speaking of the big man, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Shmoo. Said he is part of the Steel City Committee. Great tag team here. His partner, of course, will be in action next week. Thank you very much for that, Omar Wolf. Again, if you like what you're seeing, please definitely hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't like it, hit that thumbs down, leave me a comment, let me know what you want to see. And as always, if you're not a member, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to see whenever we're going online, click that bell for notifications. And speaking of a notification, on his way down to the ring next, a member of Baltimore's finest, Marcus Johnson. Of course, Baltimore's finest already do have 1 member qualified, as Brandon Ace won last week. So we will definitely see if they can take 2 spots in this chamber. Marcus Johnson, of course, taking his time here. But joining them in this 6-way bout, ladies and gentlemen, you've already seen him in the chat, and he also has his own show as well. So feel free to subscribe and check out his channel with his action. We have the Psycho Sicko, Shooter Sean Shamrock. On his way down to the ring, and ironically, he called for somebody else to win. Oh, you're welcome there, Sean. You know, for a guy that wants people to hand him the titles, he's calling for other people to win chances to get them. I don't know if I quite get that. I'm sure someone can get her designed there, Cougar, so you can quit pouting. But also on his way down to the ring, he is a member of Judgment Time. Here for his singles run, Vernon Quinn. Now, of course, as I mentioned, one half of a tag team, but all of these wrestlers, they all know as much as they want their teams to succeed, as much as they want their factions to succeed, there's only one world champion. And everybody wants it. Oh, Omar and Cougar back at it again here. And I agree with you on that, Shooter. That is very par for the course for you. Not making sense on a lot of the statements. But it's always fun. On his way down to the ring, representing the Dynasty, Crow. Of course, Johnny Crow, as I said, member of the Dynasty, married to my daughter, Sophia. Still not completely sure how I feel about that. She's happy, but he's still a meatball. But, of course, he wants to get that win. You know, represent the Dynasty in that chamber. And on his way down to the ring, from the other side of hell, making his debut in Sacrifice, the God of Violence, Shino Malice. Now, this is a gentleman I have known for a long time. So I am very happy to see that he has made his way here. Now, Omar Wolf, I cannot confirm or deny if that conversation ever took place at all. I will not confirm or deny that because my wife is sitting here and I don't feel like sleeping in the garage. I wouldn't say an old friend there, Kiyomi. Shino and I have battled across the world for years against each other. So here we go, fast and furious right away. Vernon Quinn trying his luck with Shino. Meanwhile, Shmoo is just tossing around Sean. And Marcus Johnson going to work on Johnny. But Johnny counters. Sends Johnson over to the floor. And now Shino living up to his name and just starting to torture Brandon or Vernon there, all right, on the leg. Meanwhile, Marcus and Johnny fighting out. As Johnny takes him over, gut wrench suplex, while Shmoo just beating the daylights out of Sean here. Good God. Now Vernon trying to get an advantage against Shino. Springboard into a bulldog. Now Vernon's sending into the outside, but Johnny fights back, but gets caught on the second punch there by Marcus. And meanwhile, Shooter finally got free of Shmoo and drops Marcus Johnson right on his spine. But in these events, you have to have eyes in the back of your head. As now it looks like Johnny and Vernon Quinn tying up there for a moment before Shino makes his way back in to go to reassert himself. Well, I think he's looking at something to eat right now. I think he sees a ring full of 5 cows. But meanwhile, Johnny Crow with that flip pile driver. And I can honestly say the Shmoo did not eat before this match because I have not got a call saying the catering was empty. But now Johnny Crow gets taken over by Shino. Hard Uranagi slam there. Now punch to the ribs. Oh, and Omar trying to distract him, sending the smell out there to Shmoo. Meanwhile, in the middle of the ring, we have Shooter Sean getting taken up and descent into madness by Shino Malice. But not enough as Sean comes back and takes him over with that huge shamrocker. Now going for a submission on Shino. But no, Shino is fighting his way out of it. Now punch to the gut on Shamrock and just pulling at the face. And stomp on the back of the neck. Meanwhile, Johnny takes down Marcus. And all from behind, Shino with the low blow on Johnny. Steps through into the sharpshooter. And that is it. Johnny Crow can call this match over for him. I can't blame the kid for tapping. That shot to the nuts. Oh my God. Yeah, Cougar, he smashed a couple things with that. Oh my God, that was brutal looking. Of course, Johnny's going to need to get some ice up and rest up because he will still be in action. Meanwhile, Shino taken down by that power bomb. And into a sharpshooter on his own there now from Marcus Johnson. And Shooter is just watching. That is true, baby. At least no time soon. Oh, my God. Now Johnny making his way to the back. Meanwhile, Marcus Johnson going out to the floor with Shino. Vernon Quinn and Sean Shamrock following. And Shmoo is just laid out on the other side. Oh, Marcus Johnson with that suplex on Vernon. Striking combinations. And Sean takes Shino face first. Marcus Johnson with suplex into that ripcord lariat. Shmoo making his way up as Shino eats a knee to the face. Now Vernon Quinn going to work. What's he got in store here for Marcus? Tosses him back in the ring. And drives the elbow right to the point of the face there. And follows it up with a leg drop. Meanwhile, Shamrock with a reverse exploder. Oh, and here the big man has woken up. Vernon Quinn trying to go right to work on the big man Shmoo. And Shino is busted open on the floor. We have blood again, people. As Vernon Quinn eats a spear. Welcome to the show, Jake Bagwell. Glad to see you could make it, brother. And I'm not sure what happened at the end of that, but the final result was Shamrock on his face. And look at the power of Marcus. Has the big Shmoo up and a power bomb to bring him down. And now he has the camel clutch, but Shino breaks the hold. I'm not sure why Shino saved the Shmoo there, but we'll have to watch to see where that develops. Meanwhile, Vernon Quinn going to work on Marcus. One arm hooked. He's trying to go for the submission here. But no, Marcus Johnson rolls through. Comes up with a huge shot of his own. But Vernon Quinn counters, and the big Shmoo got him. And a huge punch to the face of Vernon, and holy shit, reverse exploder there by Marcus Johnson on Shmoo. And meanwhile, Marcus Johnson going on a tear. Burning hammer on Vernon Quinn, who now has also been busted open. And now has him locked in that rack, but no. Vernon Quinn quick to get out of it. Dragon screw leg whip there, trying to keep the bigger man down. But Marcus Johnson has gone on a tear in these last couple of moments. Meanwhile, Shamrock and Shino just beating the daylights out of each other on the floor. Now Vernon Quinn on his way up. Huge 360 somersault splash. No pinfalls in this event, but it's definitely going to take a number there on him. Into that reverse chin lock, but no, Marcus escapes quickly. Sends Vernon out to the floor. Meanwhile, Shamrock and Shino just teeing off on each other. Has him up in a Uranagi slam on the floor. But very quickly, Shamrock back into it. Marcus Johnson tried to hold the big man up, but Shmoo countered it. And a running power slam on the floor on Marcus Johnson. Now Vernon Quinn tried to make his way back in here. Vernon Quinn now going to work on, trying to go to work on Shooter. He finally does, and now it looks like Shooter's going to be double teamed here. No, Shino goes after them both. I guess Shino's version of double team is that he'll beat both guys up at once. Now has Quinn held up, and brings him down across the middle rope with that neck breaker. And meanwhile, Shamrock going again for the submission on Vernon. Can Vernon hang on? And it looks like he is going to power his way out. And as soon as he does, Shino is there right on Shamrock, but Vernon catches him up as well. Well, I hope you're all right there, Jake. And a Shamrocker there on Vernon. And again, he's got that clutch, but again, he keeps getting too close to the ropes there. Now Shamrock going right back to work on Vernon. And the one that keeps surprising me is Shmoo and Marcus Johnson, just two big men beating the daylights out of each other here. But meanwhile, again, that unique submission hold by Vernon, but again, right by the rope. Now finally, Marcus Johnson throwing Shmoo in. Vernon gets caught. Marcus Johnson with the submission on Shmoo. Shamrock with the Shamrocker. And again, Shino breaks the submission. I think Shino just wants to beat people up. I don't even think he even really realizes the point, but there's the kick to Shmoo, and now the Shmoo is bleeding. again, Shmoo now going to work on Shino for, I guess that's the gratitude for breaking up that submission. Shamrock just stomping away on Vernon. Now into that accolade. Will it be enough? And this time Marcus breaks it up. Maybe some of these guys aren't getting the whole point of this match is, you want your opponents eliminated. I'm not paying you a bonus if you eliminate people. Meanwhile now Shmoo and Marcus Johnson teeing back off again. Vernon Quinn sending Shamrock in. Shamrock quick to counter out with those reverse elbows. And round the world into a power bomb. Looked like you'd go for a cover, but in this match, of course, there are no pinfalls. Meanwhile, Marcus Johnson measuring up Shmoo and gets caught from behind by Shamrock, who now goes after Shmoo himself, and Shmoo counters him. Take over there by Shamrock, chop to the throat. Now series of just forearm shots. Going after the big man, sends him across, follows him over, drop kick to the corner. And now in the middle of the ring, single leg Boston Crab. Can the big man hold on? And Vernon Quinn breaks up the submission. Drop kicks Shino down as Shino was getting in. Oh, hold on one moment, folks. I apologize. I'm doing a quick check here. Since I decided to get some company over here that happened to knock something here, I'm going to check something real fast. Just because I want to double check to make sure both these got set up correctly. It did, so KOs are on. So on that note, back to the action. Just as hard as these folks were hitting each other, I want to make sure knockouts were allowed on this bout, because there's to make sure the referee knew what the hell he was doing. Looks like Vernon's getting some treadmill work here. Now, meanwhile, in the ring, Marcus Johnson, again with that huge camel clutch, sitting there on Shmoo. And again, Vernon Quinn proving to be an idiot. Now, Vernon Quinn takes Marcus up. Sit-down powerbomb. I hope these guys realize I am not paying them extra money if they eliminate somebody. Meanwhile, in the ring now, Shino right there with the triangle. He's got Marcus Johnson in the triangle. And no. Oh, and there's a pot of gold on Shino. Meanwhile, Vernon Quinn with that huge 360 splash. Marcus Johnson grabbing Shino from behind to pick the bones with a big spine buster. Yeah, but Shamrock, your logic's a little flawed because you keep breaking up other people's submission attempts. And speaking of Showtime, welcome to the show, Showtime Vernon Quinn. You're in the ring right now bleeding like a stuck pig. But right now you're on the floor trading shots with Shmoo. Meanwhile, Shamrock getting pressed in the middle of the ring with a huge show of strength there by Marcus Johnson, who drops him face first. Now Vernon Quinn is taken over on Shmoo, leg drop on the apron. And he stops Marcus Johnson from going for the power bomb there. And 360 splash right there on Johnson. I mean, beautiful move, high impact, but again, it's submission or knockout only. Huge spear there, taking out Showtime. Meanwhile, Shino drops down him. And now Shino going after Marcus Johnson, the two trading shots. Shamrock looking to pick his spot in the whole mix as well. Now hits Marcus Johnson from behind. It's like he's going up to the top. I'm not sure why. And nobody else was either, and Shino made him pay for it briefly. And now Shino scoops up Shamrock. Spinning Uranagi. And oh, now Shamrock busted open with that running punt from Shino. You know, maybe that's Shino's game plan. He wants to make everybody bleed. You know, I don't think Shino understood the rules. This is not a blood match. And he just eats the pot of gold there from Shamrock, who's going right after Shmoo now. Shmoo fighting back, but gets caught reverse Hurricane Rana by Showtime there. And Shmoo comes back with a big knee lift. Meanwhile, on the floor, it looks like Shino and Marcus still trying to get their bearings. The Shmoo, the only one really awake and standing tall. Now drives a huge backbreaker onto Vernon. Punch to the gut, punch across the back. Meanwhile, Marcus Johnson now busted open. And Vernon Quinn with a huge drop kick to escape. And stop Shamrock. Oh, but Shamrock's going to make him pay for it. Now got Quinn against the ropes. Meanwhile, Shino's making his way back into the ring. Now belly to back suplex on Shino. Whips him around, ripcord lariat to finish it off. While Marcus Johnson going to work on Vernon Quinn. That running knee lift to the face. Shino locked into the camel clutch by Shamrock. But no, Shino holds on. And now pulls him out in, alley-oop powerbomb. Meanwhile, Vernon Quinn catches Shmoo from behind with a backstabber. We've only had one elimination so far. Had several more that should have been, but people kept breaking them up. And now it looks like, I can't tell if they're just swinging each other. Maybe there's too much blood in their eyes, but all three of them guys just completely missing wildly. Now Vernon Quinn takes over Johnson with a Hurricane Rana. But Marcus Johnson with the leg sweep to get out of it. Standing tall in the ring. No, he went for Showtime, and Showtime kicked him in the face for it. Springboard into a tornado DDT. Now into that reverse chin lock. Will it be enough? And no, everybody breaks up the submission again. I don't know what these guys are thinking. Meanwhile, Shamrock with the running knee on Shmoo as Vernon gets dumped. Shino Malice now takes out Shamrock for it and follows him outside. We have Shmoo in the middle of the ring, Marcus Johnson leading up against the ropes. But meanwhile, in the middle of the ring, torture rack on the big man. Will it be enough? No. Now Vernon Quinn pulling Marcus Johnson out after that kick to the back of the head. And Shmoo looks like he's out. Finally some motion from the big man. And again, Showtime with that 360 splash. And now the Shmoo going with the Boston Crab, but again, right by the ropes. What does Showtime have in mind? It looks like he went for an elbow, but everyone got out of the way. Now Shmoo just teeing off on Marcus Johnson, but gets caught with a snap suplex by Vernon. Impressive for him to take the big man over. And the 054 from the top onto Shmoo. Again, it's beautiful, but it does no good. Now in for the submission, and Shino breaks up the submission hold. You know, so far, Shino is the only one that has gotten a submission in this bout. And now back into the triangle choke. And Marcus Johnson breaks up the hold. I'm starting to think all of these guys need to go into concussion protocol. I think they done beat each other stupid. Now Marcus Johnson has Shino. Got him hooked. Huge power bomb. Brings him up for, looks like a second. And now going for the third. And now Marcus Johnson has Shino up in that torture rack again. And Sean Shamrock in to break up the submission. And finally, he catches on and nails Marcus, and I think they are going to fight forever at this rate, Omar. Jesus Christ. Vernon Quinn with just blood everywhere now. Shmoo bleeding all over the place. Shino was busted open earlier, but you can't really see because of all the face paint. Now Marcus Johnson starting to toss people out of the ring. But Vernon Quinn going to work here on Shamrock. Off the ropes. Drop kick right to the back. Well, if Omar Wolf told you that, then you were lied to. Because y'all paid by the damn win. You know, Vernon Quinn now taking Shamrock face first into the barricade. Now has him up, but Shamrock reverses, knee to the head of Vernon. Has him scooped up, and a choke slam to the floor. And oh my God, Marcus Johnson with a big splash onto the chest of Shino, sandwiching him there on the apron. Meanwhile, Vernon Quinn with a step-through pinwheel kick there, caught Shamrock beautifully. Hey, I send you guys the checks. What you do with them is not my business. Now Shino getting double teamed by Marcus Johnson and Shmoo. Meanwhile, Sean Shamrock has taken over on Vernon Quinn. I mean, you have to figure as much blood as these people are losing and as hard hitting as this has been, it's going to be a matter of time. Vernon Quinn, though, with a quick neck breaker there on Shamrock. Now Marcus Johnson sends the big man Shmoo back in the ring. Shino follows as well. And now Shino looks like he's going for that sharpshooter. And no, Shmoo able to get out. Now Shmoo hits there. Well, let me put it this way, Cougar. Have you seen half the guys' roster? I'd much rather mail them their checks. I mean, come on now. Look at Shooter Sean. Do you think I want him walking in the office? I mean, this has been crazy. Finally, we're getting down to just a couple of people. Now Marcus Johnson has, oh my God, huge sit-down powerbomb on Vernon. But Vernon rolls to the floor now. Can Marcus Johnson in the ring one-on-one with Shamrock. Now meanwhile, finally looks almost for a submission, but no, Shino might be breaking it up. And Shino did. But he's going to go in for one of his own. He's got Shamrock. And again, one of the guys breaks up the submission. Oh my, and Vernon Quinn, like I said, beautiful maneuver, does not do him good. Yeah, you might want to send Shmoo a Christmas card there. But again now, both men caught in submission holds. And both men escape. Now Shamrock half crab on Shino, but Shino quickly grabs him to get free. Yeah, and besides, hey, Cougar, I don't want them to, get those scans at the hospital because, that shit costs money. I don't pay them to think anyway. Now, middle of the ring, Vernon Quinn sit-out powerbomb. And I'm not sure where he's going. He's got Marcus Johnson, middle of the ring. This would be the perfect time to clamp on a submission hold. But the 054 instead. I know your name's Showtime, but that's not what this is about. There you go, into the chin lock. And Shmoo breaks it up. You see, Vernon, you took too damn long. Meanwhile, Shino takes Shamrock face first into the steps while Marcus Johnson getting his way up. And now has Shmoo into that torture rack, middle of the ring. Will it be enough? It is. The Shmoo is out of here. So we are now down to 4 men. definitely tell all four of these guys definitely want this win. And now Shamrock's starting to take over on people here, but gets caught right and cut in half there. That huge spear by Marcus Johnson. Now Marcus going for the camel clutch. Could not get it locked in before Sean got the break. Now Shino taking over, belly to back suplex. Turns him around, ripcord clothesline. Went for the boot on Vernon, but Vernon saw him coming. Ducks out of the way, brings him up. Textbook belly to back suplex. Now it looks like, there we go, Vernon Quinn with the chinlock reverse, pulling back on the head of Shino. Can Shino hang on, or will he be out of here? Marcus Johnson gets his way back in. The ref says no tap. Vernon Quinn going after Marcus Johnson, but Marcus again cuts him in half with that huge spear. Now going after Shino, but Shino counters out, drop toe hold. I mean, now this is the moment people would be waiting for to get that quick elimination, but no, Marcus Johnson right back up. Now Shino Malice was going for a belly to back, but Marcus Johnson caught him. And Shino pushes him back. Now two men, just big bulls, and all Vernon Quinn went to get involved and kind of took the bullet for Shino. Meanwhile, Shino taken back over. As now Shino bicycle kick right to the face of Shamrock. Well, welcome to the show, even though you are not here, Anarchy. So it started off with 6, and these gentlemen are just trying to kill each other, it looks like. I think they're more concerned with hurting each other than winning a match. Now Vernon Quinn reverse DDT, jumps out to the apron. Now up top, what does he have in mind here? Apparently not much. But instead he sends Shamrock to the floor. Looks like he's going to fly. Up and over with the plancha. Now sending Shamrock back in. I mean, Vernon Quinn, these moves are all beautiful. But it doesn't matter. Knockout or submission. Put a hold on a guy. Kick him in the jaw. Meanwhile, Shamrock has him up, and Marcus Johnson just closed the distance and almost took them both out with that clothesline. But in the end, he eats some shots for it. Now Vernon Quinn back up, arm drag takeover on Marcus Johnson. Now finally slingshots Johnson back from the top rope as Shino's getting up. Now he's got that reverse chinlock on Johnson. And again, Shino breaks up the submission. You know, what has gotten into these guys is beyond me. This match is under elimination rules. You know what, Cougar? I know we already saw that. But Jesus Christ. Now Vernon Quinn going for a move here on Shino. Will it be enough? See, Shamrock's finally getting it. Shamrock cut off Johnson as Johnson was going to try to get involved. And we finally have our third elimination as Shino Malice will be going to the Battle Royal. And we are down to 3. Now Marcus Johnson burning hammer on Vernon Quinn, but gets caught with that pop-up fastball. Susie the Elf is calling it. Anyone that eliminates Vernon Quinn, she will be paying them a bonus. And Shamrock went for that camel clutch, but Marcus Johnson able to get the break here. Now Marcus Johnson takes him over. Shino finally making his way up to his feet. And Shamrock pulls the top rope, lets Marcus Johnson go face first to the floor. Now these two just trading shots back and forth. Shamrock rolls out of the way, comes up with another punch. Throws Marcus in the ring. Huge haymaker shot. But Marcus Johnson takes him over. Now into that double leg. Huge takedown there by Marcus Johnson, but gets caught by Vernon Quinn with a snap suplex. Now Vernon Quinn going after Shamrock. Vernon Quinn now sends Shamrock off the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl DDT. Now I know there is knockouts involved in this. I'm surprised that they all haven't knocked each other out already. Oh, now Shamrock setting him up. But no, Vernon gets out of the way, kicks to the back of the leg, going to soften him up. Step up Enziguri. And now going for the half crab on Shamrock. Marcus Johnson breaks it up. Now Marcus Johnson going to work on Vernon Quinn, but Vernon Quinn gets out of it. Quick swinging neck breaker. Goes up top, but gets caught by Shamrock. Now Shamrock going upstairs. What do we have here? A superplex right on top of Marcus Johnson. 2 for 1 on that. Shamrock going after him. Now this is Shamrock's moment. If he can get a submission on him, this could be the end of the day for Marcus. Oh, and he went for that bicycle kick, but Johnson got out of the way of the first one, but not the second one. And there we go, Dragon Sleeper, middle of the ring. Nowhere to go. Will Marcus hold on, or will this be it? And no, he holds on. Now Shooter Sean Shamrock going for it, but gets caught by Vernon. Taking over, snap suplex again. And oh, driving right to the ground again. Vernon Quinn again going to the top. But uh-oh, gets caught, and he gets caught and knocked out by Marcus Johnson. Someone better get Vernon some smelling salts. He will be in the Battle Royal if he can wake the fuck up. I mean, great run by him, but that's all she wrote. So we are down to 2 with Marcus Johnson and Shooter Sean as Marcus Johnson hits that huge splash. Now going to work on Shamrock here. And another huge splash. I mean, trying to almost collapse the chest of Shamrock here. I don't even know if Vernon Quinn is up. Shamrock, though, counters over. Marcus Johnson was the one that eliminated Vernon Quinn there, Susie. Knocked him smooth the fuck out. You know, meanwhile, that Vernon Quinn finally makes his way up. Shamrock DDTs the leg of Johnson, trying to tweak that knee. But Johnson comes back up swinging. Now finally sends Shamrock, well, went to send him into there, but Shamrock collapsed before he got there. And blood all over the face and chest of Shamrock. So here we're down to our final two. Who is going to take that spot? Shamrock finally makes his way back in, and the two are just back to trading punches. But oh, wait a minute. Johnson has him up in that torture rack. Nowhere to go, no one to save him, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, advancing on to Cage Fury, representing Baltimore's finest, Marcus Johnson. Talk about a marathon match. Everybody was bleeding except for Johnny Crow because he got, hit with the low blow and took out early. I think he'd rather be bleeding. Hey now, Marcus, don't be hitting my referee now. I ain't got another one. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. And also bleeding like a stuck pig. That is true, Brandon. That is two members of Baltimore's finest are now in the chamber. And no, Shamrock, you were not paid by the hour. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tag team match coming up next. As I mentioned with the men's tag, the women's tag team division will also be heating up. So we have the team of Heavenly Knights, Sophia Nightwalker and Ava Marie Nightwalker. Of course, Sophia accompanied by her husband Johnny Crow, and Judgment is also going to be in their corner for some reason, but I'm going to be watching him. Now they will be facing off against a team that I put together I think has some potential. Hopefully when people see it, they decide to run with it, or they find a different partner either way. But of Missy Canuck and Sunshine Marigold. So who do you guys have in the chat? And while this is loading up, I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. And welcome to the show, Bastige. Of course, your match was earlier in the night. Of course, my lovely wife there going with, of course, our daughters. Susie the Elf going with the Heavenly Knights. Brandon Cuevas also going with Heavenly Knights here. Looks like that is the consensus vote here, is for the Heavenly Knights. So let's get down and see how this goes. And on their way first down to the ring, accompanied by Johnny Crow, and for some unknown reason, Judgment. And I'm watching you, mister. Representing the Dynasty, both from Naples, Italy, Sophia and Ava Marie Nightwalker, the Heavenly Knights. Now, of course, this is just the beginning entrance, so if they decide they want to change things up, definitely hit me up. Let me know. We can get entrance pieces changed. Now, of course, because there are escorts, you can be disqualified, so they will have to watch themselves. But on their way to the ring first, from Canada, she is my niece, Missy Canuck. So a little bit of an interesting dynamic here, as the Heavenly Knights and Missy Canuck are cousins. So it'll be very interesting to see if that plays a factor in this match. And Missy Canuck's partner tonight, she is from the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the daughter of Blaze McCoy, Sunshine Marigold. And Shooter is going with, as he calls them, the Can-Am connection. That could be pretty good. Maybe they'll see that and decide to go with that. I like that name. And Showtime, you are in the tag team division. You and Judgment, of course, being Judgment Time. Had a match last week. I mean, unless you guys have another idea. If so, the initial draw signups end the 13th. So if you guys have another idea, get a hold of me. And Wild Mad Outlaw going with Missy Canuck and Sunshine for the win. Looks like it's going to be Sophia and Missy starting off for their respective teams. And here we go. Right away, Sophia goes behind with that waist lock, gets taken over into the chin lock there by Missy Canuck, drives the knee right between the shoulder blades, sends Sophia over to their corner, and pop up Hurricane Rana on that. Now trying to stay on it there, huge, shot to the face, but might have been playing a little possum as Sophia comes up with that quick head scissor takeover. And now Sophia just stomping away on her cousin out there. And Sophia looks over and just decks Sunshine. I don't know if Sunshine said something to her or such, but Sophia just out there just wearing her out on the floor. Finally goes back over after Missy Canuck, who takes her over with that quick Hurricane Rana. And yes, Vernon, the female roster is capped. Yes, there will be a waiting list. Get a hold of me on Skype if you are interested. Meanwhile, we've got the two women trading shots outside. And looks like on either side of her is Johnny and Judgment. And now Missy Canuck with that standing moonsault. Now sending Sophia into the corner. Looks like we're going to see some tandem offense here. She tags in Sunshine. Double team hip toss and double kicks. Now Sunshine going after Sophia into that ankle lock. Got her trapped in, but it looks like Sophia rolls through, fighting her way out of it. But Sunshine quick with a side slam to bring her back down. But Sophia fights her way back out with a jawbreaker. The two women trading holds now. Sophia sends her into the Heavenly Knight's corner. Tags into her sister Ava. Got her held up, and Ava with the big boot to the jaw. And now again, Ava going after Missy instead this time. Hangman's DDT. But Missy gets out of the way on that, gets back to the outside. As Sunshine's making her way back up. Now Missy counters Ava, and it gives Sunshine time to get in. Around the world DDT. Now it looks like she's setting Ava up here. Got her upside down in that hook, line, and sinker. But Sophia distracting the referee. Referee finally over. 1, 2, and a kick out by Ava. That distraction might have been what paid off and saved the match there. But all in the meantime now, Sunshine got the legs grapevine and just stomps, driving Ava face first to the mat. And again, Sunshine going to work with that ankle lock. But no, Sophia kicks her way out. Or, excuse me, Ava kicks her way out. As much as Sunshine's been liking that ankle lock, she's gotten both girls in it already. And now double team face first. Now Missy Canuck takes over Ava into a cover. 1, 2, and kick out by Ava. Now Missy Canuck keeping the pressure on Ava here. Now just kind of standing there stalking her. Looks like Sunshine may be talking a little trash in the corner to Ava. That is right, Brandon. You will both be in that finals match for the men's world title. And now Ava counters about with that forearm to the face. Goes for a kick but gets caught. Pinwheel kick by Missy. And rolling head snap to follow it up. Now trying to keep the pressure on here. You can see Mama in the chat, cheering on the girls. Now another double team as Sunshine comes off the ropes and drives that big boot to the face. And now going to work on the arm of Ava, stomping on the fingers. Now has her middle of the ring in that camel clutch. Will it be, or will Ava hang on? And Ava, looks like is fighting her way out. Breaks the grip. Slides out underneath with the heel trip. Goes for the kick, but gets caught. But manages to still send Sunshine into the corner. Sunshine with the reverse. Eats an elbow for her efforts. Now Ava has her up. Fireman's carry. Into a lung blower. Now off the ropes, kick to the face. Ava's starting to get some momentum going, but again, back over to Missy Canuck. I'm not sure what's going on with the girls here today. They've both spent as much time going after the other person as they have the legal person. Now Ava kick to the gut and head scissor DDT. But Sunshine fighting her way back up here. European uppercut followed up with a forearm. You can see both the guys kind of making their way over. Has her up. Drops Ava with that suplex on the floor. Now kick to the shin. Misses that and eats a drop kick. Now Ava trying to get the pressure back on here. Has front face lock. Brings her up. Snap brainbuster on the floor. Now again, kick to the shin. Kick to the ribs and just stomps on the fingers. Ava now starting to just dissect Sunshine here. Now kick to the face again. Throws her in the ring. Slides in herself. Judgment was getting a little close there. Now Ava shoots Sunshine over to the corner. We gonna see some tandem offense here or no? Looks like the Heavenly Knights talking a little trash in the corner. Oh, and as soon as she got up, kick to the gut, brainbuster into the cover immediately, 2. So let's see here. Alrighty, Elf, you get some rest and you feel better, hun. Thank you for making it while you can. Appreciate it. Whether you're only here for a couple minutes or the whole show, I appreciate you taking the time to be here. And meanwhile, back in the ring now, Sunshine going on to the work of Ava. Now it's got the arm hammer locked. What is she going to have in store here? Brings her over. And now stomps on the free arm. That's a quick way to dislocate an elbow. Now again, a little paintbrushing stomp to the face here. Now punch across the jaw. Setting her up, it looks like. And again, there's that round the world DDT. But again, Ava fighting out of it. Got her in a front face lock. Looks like she's going to bring her over to the Heavenly Knights corner. Face first into the turnbuckle. We got to tag into Sophia. Are we going to see some tandem offense again? We are. Drop toe hold. Stomp to the back. Kick right to the face from Ava. And again, sends Sunshine to the floor. And yet again, Sophia over after Missy Canuck, the illegal person. And what the hell's that meatball doing? Johnny Crow throwing a chair in the ring while Judgment sends Missy Canuck back in the ring. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Sophia is going after Sunshine. The two legal women in the match taking her back to the floor, rolling the dice. Now block the kick. Now Missy Canuck getting involved here. We're going to see a double team. It's like Sophia blocks, pushes Missy back, takes down Sunshine with a drop kick. Meanwhile, Judgment's made his way over. Alrighty, Jake, thank you for showing up, brother. You have a good day. As we see Sophia on the floor just teeing off with those kicks, finishes it up with a roundhouse to the head. Now whips her through. Sunshine reverses with a drop toe hold. Now sends Sophia into the ring. Now it looks like she's taking a couple moments to tell the fans what she thinks. That might have been her undoing, though, as Sophia is back up and sends her over to the Heavenly Knights corner. Now, quick tag in. Looks like some tandem offense. Spear and clothesline combination. And then immediately Ava stops even the thought of her going over to make a tag. But now Sunshine with a double leg takedown. Ava in trouble, it looks like. Now Sunshine all the way to the top. From the top to the floor, and she misses. Now she might have missed, but she is the first one to get up. Takes Ava face first across the apron there. Huge match by all four women so far. Hard-hitting event as all of them have been today. Now again, takes Ava face first. Now double leg pickup into the slam. You know, Judge watching the match carefully here as Ava taken down with that suplex on the floor. Now Sunshine has her up and face first across the steel steps there. These women are tearing into each other. Now cross arm breaker on the floor. It won't count, but just more than anything just does the damage. You can see Ava tapping on the floor for a moment, then realizing it won't matter and fights her way out. And drives her face first with that modified code breaker. Now bringing Sunshine over. Sends her back in the ring for a moment. What has she got following up here? Pulling her back. And rolling the dice on the floor once again. Now Ava's starting to get fired up. Looks like Sunshine's trying to put an end to it real quick here, though. But gets caught herself. Shot to the face. Kick to the gut. Now just teeing off on Sunshine with those strikes. But she gets caught. Knee to the face. These two women are just trading kicks back and forth here. Uh-oh, looks like Ava up on the ropes. Guess she changed her mind. Gets caught, though, for it. Sunshine now throws her in the corner. But again, takes her time watching. And there we go, around the world. That's what she was waiting for. Into that around the world reverse DDT, but too close to the ropes. Now sends her into their corner. Spear right to the midsection. Now brings her up, but Ava pushes her back and misses that clothesline. And Sunshine's going to make her pay. Hook, line, and sinker. 1, 2, and kick out by Ava. So here we go, back to the action at hand. And another hook, line, and sinker. 1, 2, and 3. Back-to-back finishers. Finally is what it took to hold Ava down. So we go back to some of the replays here. You know, I really think a big thing that cost the Heavenly Knights was a lot of their time spent focusing on the other person. They didn't stay on the legal opponent. It might have come back to bite them. As we see there, that around the world reverse DDT. And ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Sunshine Marigold and Missy Canuck. Great match by all 4 women. Quick tags in and out at times. At times they isolated the other. So huge event by both. Great examples of tag team wrestling. So we will see exactly what's going to follow up with this, if this could be a new tag team or not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to our first main event. Now, as it's been stated at the beginning of the show, for those that missed it, there's a lot on the line for this bout. Last man standing rules. If Frozen Rage wins, then Brandon Cuevas cannot shoot on him, cannot go at him, cannot talk at him at all unless they have a match coming. However, if Brandon Cuevas wins, Frozen Rage is done. His career is over here. He will be fired on the spot. This is a career-threatening bout. So who do you guys have in the chat? I was already seeing Shooter going for Brandon Cuevas. Like I said, who do you guys have in this show tonight? Like I said earlier, last man standing rules. And ladies and gentlemen, first, on his way to the ring, and actually making his debut here in Sacrifice, Brandon Cuevas. Thank you very much for that, Omar. Appreciate it. And as he was saying, if you like what you're seeing, hit that thumbs up button. If you don't like it, hit that thumbs down button. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know what you'd like to see differently. It may not change, but I'll take a look. Also, if you are not subscribed and you want to keep seeing more action, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell for notifications. So whether you like the show or whether you don't like the show, from what I see, there's a couple that haven't cared for it. I do appreciate you taking your time out here to view it. And speaking of views, on his way down to the ring now, from the other side of hell, Frozen Rage. And welcome back, Kiyomi. I'm sure you will, Omar, and that will definitely be on the way. That was a great match you guys had earlier. Very impressive debut. And like I said, here we go. Just to remind people, if Frozen Rage wins, Brandon Cuevas cannot go after Rage unless they have a booked match. But if Brandon wins, Frozen Rage can call it a career. So here we go. Katie, bar the door. We got a fight on our hands. Right away, Rage pushes Brandon to the corner. You know, surprisingly a clean break, but now the fight's on. Now Rage takes him down. Quick reverse neck breaker, going to work. Ground and pound mount position here, just now ends it up with a stomp. So this is a last man standing match. But Cuevas again, clothesline to the back of the head. These two guys do not like each other. Not in the slightest. So I'm already expecting this to be a war, not even because of the stakes, but just because they don't like each other. Now again, Rage brings him over. Hammerlock, belly to back suplex. Now going to town here, waistlock. Brings him up and over into a toss slam. But now Brandon fighting his way back out. Elbow to the breadbasket and a huge clothesline to take Rage down. Now Brandon was going after, the ref started the count, but Brandon immediately went after Rage. Brandon now reverses Rage, hard shot to the face. elbow to the gut, or more of a shoulder, and now just teeing off on him. Again, making the fans count to bread. And now count is underway. Ref up to 3, 4. Ref's at 7, 8, and Rage starting to stir. Now Brandon's starting to take over on him again. Now he's got him goozled and choke slammed in the middle of the ring as the referee back to the count. As the count is on, Rage is not moving. Ref's already at 7. And now at 8. Frozen is up. Dragon screw leg whip. And now the ref's starting to count. Now it also makes me wonder, could Rage have been taking advantage of the count to get a breather? I mean, it is a common strategy here. As you saw, it looked like Brandon was doing the same, waiting for the 8 count. Now quickly back up, front face lock, and oh, drives a knee right to the jaw. As the ref is now counting. So let's see, ref up to 7. And up on 8. Now Rage reverses in the corner. Now has Brandon there. And takes him face first to the canvas. Reverse Alabama slam. Now has him hooked. Double arm DDT. And the ropes basically help snap Brandon back up there. Very fortunate the way he landed. Now Rage drops him face first. Now waiting as the referee starts counting. So what are we going to see it here? Ref's at 8. Brandon started moving. Rage quickly kicked him in the middle of the back. Rage now pretty much getting a breather here while this goes on. Ref at 6. Up at 8, and Brandon's now moving. Rage follows it up quickly. Rage gets caught. Fall-away slam, but Rage kipped right back up. Now taking Brandon over to the ropes. Now hot shot right across the rope. Alrighty, Mad Cow, glad you could make it, hon. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now after that hot shot, though, the ref back to the count. And at 9, last minute, Brandon starts moving and Rage right back on the attack, clotheslines him to the floor. Referee out, admonishing the count. Said this is last man standing, so there are no disqualifications, no countouts. The only way to win is to make your opponent stay down for a 10 count. Shifty the Drunken Dragon Clown, welcome to the show, brother. You had a bout on there earlier? Now Brandon up, Frozen Rage takes him over with that belly to back. Yeah, I'm not sure there, Omar, so I'm just rolling with it right now. Meanwhile, the referee is counting Rage down on the floor. That's 7. Rage up at 8, as now Brandon follows him out to the floor. And huge kick to the face, and then rolls back in the ring. Very smart strategy here. Welcome to the show, Adam Guerin. Glad to see you could make it as well. Welcome back, Mad Cow. Oh, and both men miss with the clotheslines, but Brandon scoops up Rage. Rage floats over. DDT on the floor. Almost looks like Brandon was having some seizures for a minute. And Rage, following right back up, sends him over to the outside. And now Rage back in the ring, making Cuevas chase him. And now went for, looked like a belly-to-belly, but Rage countered by clapping the ears. And now the count is on. Ah, okay, that makes sense there. Kimani, we just had no idea. As the ref is up to 8, Brandon now moving. And picks up Rage, but no, Rage gets out of it. Counters with a DDT. And the ref goes to count. Referee up to a 5 count. Now rolls through as Rage, but Rage catches him with the headbutt and drives him face first with a complete shot. Now Rage starting to just measure him and just tee off at will. Up to 8. Rage missed the stomp. But now Brandon's got him, scoops him up. Fall away slam. And the ref starts a count. Up to a 5 count. Make that a 7. Rage moving at 8. Now Brandon brings him over to the ropes. He's got him leaned up, tees off with a huge shot. Now falls up forearm across the spine. And going upstairs, high risk moment. Calling for Frozen to get up. And Rage caught him with the cutter right to his face on the mat. And now Rage pouring it on. Clothesline, make it a pair. Ducks under, quick snap power slam, and the count is on. Up to a 6. Nine. And 10, it is over. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in this last man standing match and continuing his career, Frozen Rage. Now, that also means, unless they have a match coming up, Brandon cannot go speak at Frozen Rage. That was the bet, and Rage letting everyone know. He has said it many a times that there is no one on this roster that can retire him. And so far, he is proving it. But, as I said, that was our first main event. there is Rage, as he mentioned. I mean, it was a good match. But at the end, I actually have to agree with Brandon Ace. I think him going up to the top is really what sealed the deal for Frozen Rage on that. And I hope Rage isn't too tired. Because as I said, we have 2 main events tonight, and that was just the first one. Due to the injury to Ghazi, Ghazi cannot take part in his event. Well, actually, at this point, that was the last person I had on paper. So, looks like looks like War is signing himself up. Alright, so some of these people will be reselected. But just so I have a clean slate here, as I have mentioned though, as I was saying, I got little sidetrack there. Due to Ghazi's injury, that leaves our last spot in the chamber. The qualifying bout is 1 person short. So everyone that has had a chance to qualify but has failed to do so will be in a battle royal. The winner of that battle royal will take the last spot in this event. So, I am now getting it all set up here. Of course, I will go ahead and say already qualified, of course, Jake Bagwell, Adam Guerin, both qualified for it. As well as we saw War qualify. So these are who you're not going to see for sure. So I'm getting the last pieces of my notes here to get ready to put everyone in. Of course, we did see earlier today, we saw Marcus Johnson make it in. Brandon Ace, of course, made it in as well. So now we are going to see who will get that last spot. We have Mr. U-Taker. And I'm just doing these in the order that they're on my paper, so there will be some bouncing back and forth. Omar Wolf and Bastige. As I mentioned, Frozen Rage. The Shmoo. We have Scuzz. We have Pete Wall. Almost lost my place there for a minute. We have Mark Caliber. D-Train. Colt Matthews. Dustin Murray. Caleb James. We saw him earlier tonight, Johnny Crow. Ronnie Brown. Terrell Johnson. The Voodoo Witch Doctor, Jack Bayou. Alex Caliber. Vernon Quinn. Ichiro Tajiri. Warren Benjamin. Hollenhund. Rob Machete will be in the next event. But we do have shooter Sean Shamrock in this one. We also have Shino Malice. The Virus. How is it saying I'm missing some folks here? Alright, it does say I am missing people. My numbers were off. So, we're going to change up the thing a little bit. We're going to give people a bonus opportunity. And what I mean by that is the people who are already in the matches for this Wednesday. There's going to be Chance, Tyson Parker, Judgment, Brandon Cuevas, and Rob Machete. However, they're going to be in this match as well. And if they manage to win both, they will get to pick who gets a spot in there with them. So some huge bragging rights at stake here. So like I have said, there is your list of competitors. If Chance Nightwalker, Tyson Parker, Judgment, Brandon Cuevas, or Rob Machete win, If they win this match and their six-man match, they will get to pick. As a matter of fact, if they win this match, they get to pick who the sixth person is in their match on Wednesday. So, everyone, of course, as you see the list there, we have Mr. U-Taker, Frozen Rage, Pete Wall, Colt Matthews, Johnny Crow, Jack Bayou, Ichiro Tajiri, Sean Shamrock, Chance Nightwalker, Judgment, Omar Wolf, The Shmoo, Mark Caliber, Dustin Murray, Ronnie Brown, Alex Caliber, Warren Benjamin, Shino Malice, Shifty the Drunken Clown, Brandon Cuevas, Rob Machete, Tyson Parker, The Virus, Hullenhound, Vernon Quinn, Terrell Johnson, Caleb James, D-Train, The Scuzz, and Bastige. Who do you guys have in there? I do kind of like that. I do like that. The hot single guy Cougar. Susie's saying anybody but Vernon. Well, I'm not sure how many of these guys are single or not. Wild Matt going with D-Train. Omar picks the cunt to win, huh? As Susie is saying, whoever eliminates Vernon gets a bonus from her. And I do like Omar's idea. I'm going to steal that. If anyone puts out Frozen Rage, they will be the next person to try their luck at his career. Ah, I see Brandon, Ace, and Jake having some issues out there. Rage saying the one that eliminates Brandon gets a custom image from him. And Cougar saying whoever eliminates the cunt gets a big bonus from her. All sorts of interesting bets going on here. And I don't know why this chick keeps showing up to my show and getting a mic and getting in the ring. You don't work for me. I'm not paying you. But while she's in there taking up our TV time, again, I want to tell everyone thank you for being here today. Take care of, please, if you dig what you're seeing, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications. Definitely check out the rest of the Digital Wrestling Syndicate. Many of the guys in this chat here as well. As you see, UKWF 30W Omar Wolf is here. We saw EXW here as well. They both run their own shows. EXW being all women action. Raging Chaos Wrestling, when he decides to, runs his own show. Of course, we saw earlier Shifty, the Drunken Dragon Clown. You'll see in the chat Platinum Dragon Wrestling. Great show, I highly recommend as well. We also have Blaze McCoy with LTD Action. He'll be actually on my subscriber list. He's not been here today, unfortunately. We also, of course, have Pete Wall running his own show. All of these guys are in here as well. If I've missed someone, I will catch up to you. I will get people in between eliminations and such here. Because our first man on the way down to the ring is Mr. U-Taker. Of course, some of the other great shows, you heard D-Train being mentioned. He runs Maverick Championship Wrestling. I'm going to keep going with some of these shout-outs while people are making their way down to the ring. Of course, you'll see on my subscriber list, Cassie Madam Red does not do wrestling. However, does do a lot of tanks, Friday the 13th, a lot of other fun stuff. I saw Shooter Sean Shamrock in there. He has his own brand of wrestling. So a huge community here, great people overall. Of course, you can't tell in the chat, you know, in character's in character. But in terms of running their companies, amazing channels, check them all out. Matter of fact, check out anyone that I have subscribed to my channel, see what they've got going on. You never know what you're going to find, and it's normally always some pretty good shit. Hey, anytime there, Shooter. Now, U-Taker did not get that good of an entry. Let's see who got number 2. Oh, and number 2 is Rob Machete. So, really bad draw for both of these gentlemen. So, is that so there, Brandon? You know, I see Brandon and Jake having some issues, and I live by a really old saying in this business. If you can't get along, you're gonna get it on. So let me make the announcement right now. Wednesday Wicked, the enforcer Jake Bagwell will be facing Brandon Ace. Match rules to be announced at the show. Making that note here right now. Now, as these two have been trading back and forth, and sorry about that, did not mean to disrespect either one of these two gentlemen in the ring, but had to get that note wrote. On his way in at number 3 is the tenacious one, Tyson Parker, who was showing off and gets cut off right away by Rob. Now those two are going back and forth with each other. As Mr. U-Taker makes his way up. And U-Taker has eliminated Rob, so Rob will not get to pick who the next person is. Now Tyson Parker trying to pick up Mr. U-Taker, and that did not go so well for him. And meanwhile, Dustin Murray joins him in the ring, while the tenacious one takes out Mr. U-Taker with the quick clothesline and goes right to work on Dustin Murray. And here we go. Right away, spinning kick. Now on his way down, representing Baltimore's finest, Warren Benjamin. Now, of course, for several of these factions, this could be a huge deal for them to either get an extra guy in, or in the case of someone who hasn't had a chance to qualify yet, to, you know, help their odds. So a lot of strategy plus the luck of the draw is going to come into play. Meanwhile, Warren Benjamin just taking it to Dustin here and joining them in the mix now. At number 6 is Omar Wolf. And now he went right after Tyson with a springboard, but Tyson ducked out of the way. Now Tyson brings him back off the ropes. Now, real quick, Dustin Murray, though, counters Warren Benjamin. And we are on our way for our next guy down. And Warren Benjamin can call it a night and hit the showers. Now, Alex Caliber joins the fray, and right away, Omar and Murray are going at it. Looks like all four guys just trading off with each other. But Alex Caliber right to work on Tyson, while Dustin Murray's working on Omar. Now, Murray with springboard crossbody shot. Now Murray off the ropes, sliding drop kick, and joining them in the ring at number 8 is Shino Malice. Of course, made his debut here earlier, did not go the way he was hoping for a debut, I'm sure. And Tyson Parker can call it a night. But right away, Alex Caliber after Shino. As the clock rolls on, Omar Wolf and Dustin Murray trading shots. Shino in trouble already. And Omar Wolf about to be in trouble right along with him. But coming in at number 9, he says he is God's greatest gift, Colt Matthews. So action fast and furious. I'm going to keep up with everything as much as I can, folks. Obviously in a battle royal makes it a little bit harder. Colt Matthews with that quick takedown on Omar. Counter Shino. And the fight is on. Now coming in at number 10 is Caleb James. Meanwhile, Dustin Murray can call it a night, courtesy of Alex Caliber, it looked like. Now, Omar and Caleb firing off on each other. Said fast and furious, and another one on their way down to the ring. Shino taking a bit of a breather. Short-lived as he goes right back after. Doing at number 11. As Omar Wolf dumps out Caleb. Number 11, Vernon Quinn, makes his way to the ring and goes right after Shino. These two had a huge battle as part of that 6-man earlier. And you're right back to picking up where things are. Vernon Quinn and Shino. As Elfie's telling people, remember the bonus for eliminating Vernon. At number 12, on his way in as well, representing the Dynasty, Johnny Crow. And Vernon Quinn can call it a night. As Shino Malice, takes him out, renewing their hostilities from earlier in the ring. Meanwhile, Johnny Crow and the God's gift here, Colt, tying each other up, as well as Shino Malice and Omar Wolf. Omar in trouble, it looks like. If Shino flips him over, this could be it. And no, Omar fights his way out as Terrell Johnson makes his way down to the ring as well to join him. Terrell has Colt Matthews up and just tosses him out like a sack of trash. Meanwhile, Shino Malice gets dumped by Omar, who immediately goes after Terrell. And real quick, Omar in trouble as Jack Bayou goes to join him, and Omar can call it a night. Johnny Crow eliminates him. Now Johnny Crow going after Jack Bayou. We got Alex and Terrell. Johnny Crow working on Jack Bayou here. Terrell floats through, DDT. And at number 15 coming in, we have the D-Train. Definitely very well experienced in these Royal Rumble matches. Goes right after Johnny Crow. Meanwhile, Alex Caliber if he'd have thrown him the other way. Cougar saying, go meatball. Rooting him on. Of course, Johnny there taken out. Taking him out there at number 16. We have Scuzz, Jack Bayou hanging on by a thread. Getting double teamed here, and he looks like he's fighting his way out. And meanwhile, Johnny Crow fighting back against Scuzz. Well, of course you can give that envelope to me there, Cougar. I'll gladly make sure that he gets it. Honest. And meanwhile, Johnny Crow has Alex Caliber up as the Virus joins the fray at number 17. Jake, that match will be announced at the time of the show. And Terrell with a springboard reverse elbow missed the mark. Meanwhile, Alex Caliber going to work on Crow. Terrell throws him into the corner, though. Jack Bayou has the Virus goozled. And the Virus can call it a night. As we are down to number 18 is Hollenhund. It's another one of the new talents that we have signed here. He's made 1 point for the bout, and now it's Terrell working on Johnny Crow. Hollenhund up in that crucifix bomb. Terrell trying to work on Johnny Crow, but Johnny Crow fights his way out of it. Still fighting with Terrell here. The huge hard-hitting action back and forth, guys. And wait a minute. Exploder suplex, and Terrell can call it a night. Johnny Crow has been on a roll now. There is his second elimination. Now as he's measuring D-Train after he just got took down by Jack Bayou, as another man is on their way into the ring. At number 19, we have Judgment. And meanwhile, Johnny Crow has D-Train up, working on him, trying to get the big man out. And Scuzz is gone as well. And so is Jack Bayou from Hollenhund. And Johnny Crow almost went out, but he held on. However, Alex Caliber can call it a night from Judgment. The men are dropping like flies here now. Now D-Train was setting Crow up in the corner, but Judgment went back after D-Train. That might have saved Crow there. As now he goes right back out. And D-Train busts him open and hits him with the train wreck in the middle of the ring. Meanwhile, Judgment and Hollenhund fighting back and forth. D-Train taking Johnny to the ropes, but did not throw him over. Instead, him and Hollenhund back and forth. Well, now Judgment going, and D-Train busted open. The Elf saying she dead press D once and about killed her. I wouldn't be surprised. He's a big boy. I've been in there and I've traded shots with him. He's a big boy. Coming in at number 20 from Las Vegas, Nevada, my boy, Chance Nightwalker. goes right after Johnny. And Johnny countered him with a quick headbutt. Now Chance has him up on his shoulders. Johnny Crow in trouble. And Johnny Crow is out of here. Huge showing by the young man, though. Can take nothing but respect away from that performance. He has definitely had a huge event. But oh, and Chance Nightwalker, quick exit by Hollenhund. So Ronnie Brown had entered the fray as well, and he has Hollenhund. And Ronnie Brown takes out Hollenhund, but gets caught by Judgment. Yeah, I will have to say that was an amazing showing there by Johnny Crow. The most eliminations by any one person. So I will definitely give him the respect for that. Huge time in the match, huge performance. Meanwhile, Judgment takes out Ronnie Brown as Brandon Cuevas makes his way into the ring. And I did see what you were saying here, Frozen. I'm waiting to see what happens. Meanwhile, D-Train is facing off, or D-Train working with Brandon, trying to get Judgment out. At number 23, though, a huge break for him. Going to be a hard man to get out this late in the action normally, is the Shmoo. Of course, right away after D-Train with that, quick DDT. The Shmoo represent the Steel City Committee. He would love to get another shot at getting into that chamber match. Brandon Cuevas with a Hurricane Rana takedown, though, on the big man. Meanwhile, D-Train has Judgment up, and Judgment can call it a night. D-Train sends him flying as Pete Wall joins the fray and immediately goes to work on D-Train. Brandon Cuevas getting worked over by the Shmoo, I should say, finally fighting his way back out. And already the fast and furious action, the timer is going. Pete Wall has D-Train up. He has impressed. And D-Train can call it a night as Pete Wall with the feat of strength to send D-Train to the floor. And Brandon Cuevas does the same with a clothesline. Uh-oh, Pete Wall's up. And a choke slam by Brandon Cuevas. And meanwhile, Shifty has joined the fray. So we will see what happens here. Brandon Cuevas going right to work on Shifty. Again, another great entry. And oh, Brandon Cuevas using the misdirection. Low bridges Shifty to get him out early. And now Pete Wall, though, right after Cuevas. And Brandon can call it a night as well. And it's now Pete Wall and the Bastige in the ring, trading off. So here we go. Some very smart tactics by Cuevas, but in the end, Pete Wall just muscled him out. And actually just joining them now in the fray is Shooter Sean, who, the Psycho being smart about it, just kicking back, letting the two men fight it out. Meanwhile, Bastige with a mandible claw on Pete Wall. And the Psycho went after him. He's got Bastige in a front face lock, but can't do anything with him. At number 28, Ichiro Tajiri. Representing the Sexy Nerds. I know he would love to get a shot to join his stablemate. think Sean Shamrock has other plans on that as he immediately goes to work on Tajiri, trying to put some punishment on the smaller man here. Meanwhile, Pete Wall catches the Bastige. Open hand strike across the face. And a nice hangman's neck breaker. As Tajiri fights his way out from Sean at number 29. We have the calculating one, Mark Caliber. Very nice entry for the calculating one. He's been in a lot of battle royals, a lot of experience. And he immediately goes to work and takes out Pete Wall. Meanwhile, Ichiro with that complete shot. Now Ichiro counters out from Mark Caliber, clips the knee. And in at number 30, Frozen Rage. And immediately takes down Shamrock. Now Rage going to work. Meanwhile, Mark Caliber has the Bastige up. And he sends the Bastige flying. We are down to our final four. Shamrock with the Shamrocker on Rage. And Tajiri missed Caliber, but he caught Shamrock. So I guess it's a half win. Meanwhile, Shamrock rights and lefts forearms. And Shamrock dumps out Rage. So I will make that announcement right now. On Wednesday Wicked, if Shooter Sean is not in the six-man, because I do try to avoid giving people double duty. But if Sean is not in that six-man match, he will get the shot at Frozen Rage. Meanwhile, he's going back to work on Caliber. Now taking Tajiri over. Oh, Caliber, a big atomic drop. And now Tajiri with that takedown on Mark Caliber. And now going right to work. Step up, Shining Wizard right to the face of Shamrock. And Tajiri is cleaning house here. Ichiro Tajiri representing the Sexy Nerds, and he is throwing it everything to the wind here. Mark Caliber with a nice delayed vertical suplex. Oh, Shamrock almost got caught slipping. And he got busted open again. Sean's night has not been a good night to avoid bleeding, I will say that. Oh, now Shamrock looks like he's measuring Tajiri, but he didn't pay attention to Mark Caliber. So that makes it official on Wednesday Wicked. Sean Shamrock versus Frozen Rage. Career on the line. As the last two men not watching each other out here. Now Caliber going to work. But Tajiri catches the kick. Now Tajiri setting up Caliber. Has him hooked. Brainbuster there very quickly and fast to follow up the attack. But Mark Caliber pushes him off. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, out of the blue, Mark Caliber with a huge clothesline to eliminate Ichiro Tajiri. So getting the second chance. So on Wednesday Wicked, Mark Caliber will be joining the 5 remaining people to fill that last bout. So congratulations to Mark Caliber making the most of this opportunity. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You're not going to WrestleMania, Mark, but you are going to Wednesday Wicked. And that is going to wrap it up for me, folks. Thank you very much for everyone that made it here, or if you catch it on the replay or on the PlayStation Network. I appreciate everyone you taking the time to see the product. And it don't matter to me if you're here for 5 minutes or the entire 3.5 hours. Holy shit. Thank you guys all very much. Hope all you guys be safe. You all have a good day. Have a great time. I'll see you all on Wednesday if I don't catch you before. So on that note, folks, I'm out of here.